can affect the entire value chain from pre-production to post-harvest storage, marketing to transport.
Private sector is already investing in agriculture, and it is the biggest. But in climate-related issues as well as climate-related products is still a challenge, and yet the private sector has the potential to contribute to that. Now, we've carried out a study along the rice value chain, and the idea is that this study may inform on future policy options as well as investment options for the private sector. The idea is to also give them the evidence to point to the private sector where the evidence for the opportunities are in investing in climate risk management in agriculture, as well as to also help government come up with the policy options.
So one of the key messages that we found out through this research is that the impact of climate change are really not happening just at the production level of agricultural value chain, but are cutting across all along the value chain, from production to processing up to the consumption level. And this is extremely important and relevant because most of the research so far in Uganda and outside Uganda are focusing still on the impact of climate change at the production level.
This study is also meant to come up with, to identify those particular options that are necessary and are critical. There are opportunities for government to actually support the private sector to invest more in climate resilient technologies.
All actors along the value chain are interdependent. So if you are trying to address climate risk at one level of the value chain, let's say at the production level, you also need to engage with actors at the other level of the value chain. They are also part of the solutions because they are linked to the farmers.
They also they need to invest in tools and technologies that can help them analyze climate risk and be able to inform their decision making within the bank. There are so many things that, for instance, banks face whenever a climate hazard occurs or drought occurs. Their clients will default. Those agriculture-related loans that are issued to clients will actually go bad in many times. They will go bad. So because of the defaulting of the clients, they can't pay back immediately.
The private sector, which is the main investor in the agricultural sector in Uganda, has a key role to play in supporting climate risk management along the value chain. And in fact, they are already playing a role. So through our case studies, for instance, we've seen how commercial bank like the Centenary Bank is already providing financial services to various actors along the value chain, and that help them basically diversify their income sources, which is helpful when dealing with climate shocks.
Basically, with this project, the end result is actually today, for the purposes of today, mainly was to try to come up with those relevant options. And today what we came up with is that there are certain ongoing government initiatives within the policy arena, such as the formulation of the agriculture extension law, and the agriculture extension policy, the irrigation policy, the review of the water and agriculture policy, water for production. All those are opportunities for us where climate change information can be mainstreamed in, whether to look at the financing initiatives or the resilient seed technologies, and how this could be communicated and how we could seize the opportunities for this to go forward.
I guess our final message is also that more can be done by the private sector. And so what we have done is we've tried to identify priority investment options by the private sector. So for instance, by the Centenary Bank, by a company like EPRC, to better support climate risk management. And that's what we've presented during this workshop.